Yo, welcome back to another episode of Great Conversations and Guests, man. It's your boy Turbo. Yo, welcome back to another episode of Great Conversations and Guests, man. It's your boy Turbo. I'm back with another episode, man, and we got a lot of conversation we gonna get into for y'all today, man. We got some NBA talk, we got some NFL talk. You know, the draft just passed by, and Shedeur Sanders had a crazy a few days. We gonna get into a little bit of that. We gonna get into talking about who I think won a draft in the NFL, and also we gonna get into some people who got sent home over these last couple of days in the playoffs, and looking forward to them next matchups coming up. So make sure y'all hit like, make sure y'all comment, and make sure y'all subscribe. You already know we're gonna jump right into it. Well, so first thing first, man. Everybody want me to address the elephant in the room. Everybody want me to address my team. We got swept. Memphis got swept. We the first team to get swept. You feel me? But it's all right, though. You feel me? It's okay, though, because I already knew it was going to happen. You feel me? I already knew it was going to happen. Ja went into the series hurt. You feel me? He was missing two key players that we needed that was pivotal to the team, you know. We end up losing our head coaching caused a lot of controversy in the locker room. You feel me? Everybody say I've just been saying excuses, but all in all, everybody know when it come down to the game of basketball, certain teams need their superstar players to be on the court. They need them to be healthy. Certain teams need their full roster to be healthy. You know, and some teams really do need coaches to push them to go all the way. You feel me? So I don't really think it was no excuses. It was just how it's been for the Memphis Grizzlies the last few years. They've been in the playoffs. You know, last few years they've been in the playoffs. They ain't been healthy, and Ja Morant ain't been healthy either. So you know, with an unhealthy team and with an unhealthy Ja Morant, you know, Memphis ain't gonna really go too far, or they ain't gonna really do too much. You feel me? Even though we did at one point had a chance to come back and put it a 2-1 series, but that was the game Ja Morant went down there. He got knocked out the air by Lou Dort. You feel me? Y'all saw that. We was up 29 points, and then they blew a 20.9 lead to OKC. And yeah, man, that's how you get swept out of the playoffs just like that. So, you know, take our loss to the chin, and we'll see y'all back next year. Hopefully, we stay healthy and we can make a real run. You feel me? But let's all talk about what really went on. You know, last night, the Lakers lost to the Timberwolves in 5 games. You know, last time we had an episode, my boy Benji Glow was sitting right here. My boy B Lloyd was sitting right here. You know, we asked the question, can the Timberwolves really beat the Lakers? And all our questions was answered last night when Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves went out there and put on a real good show, if you ask me. Rudy Gobert, Joe. Big shouts out to him because you know I was already saying that like the Lakers needed a big man to even win this series, you know. And even though he wasn't really he was doing what he was supposed to do in the early games and stuff, but the way he played last night with 27, 27 and 24 boards, like you can ask for a player to play a better game, especially a player like him. You feel me? He just really dominated the paint offensively and on the reboards, and he made sure he protected the paint. I said that was going to be a problem for the Lakers since they don't got a big man to bring Rudy Gobert out of the lane. You know, they weren't going to drive. They weren't going to take a lot of shots in the paint. They was going to settle for a lot of jump shots. They're going to settle for a lot of 3 pointers. And, you know, that's what they ultimately did. You know, that was the result. Anthony Edwards, he had a good game. He didn't really have to do too much. He had 15, 11, and 8. You feel me? Real solid, low key game. Julius Randle stepped up with 23 and 5. And, yeah, man, that was all she wrote, you know. And, like I said, like, the Lakers really didn't have that type of team, like uh depth wise. Like we knew what Luka was gonna bring, we knew what Braun was gonna bring, you know, and then we knew what Austin Reeves was gonna bring. But I really gonna say Austin Reeves was kind of a disappointment in this series because I think he was only averaging about like 16, 17 points this series, and I feel like he should have been doing way more just because with Ant Man having to guard LeBron James, with that being a big assignment, and Jaden Daniels guarding Luka Doncic, that being a big assignment, you know, it really left him on the island to really do whatever he can really do, and I feel like he didn't really take advantage of that. And part of I don't think offensively that ain't had nothing to do with them being no big man, but defensively that's when it came in, and that's what it really destroyed them at. But you know, it ain't over though. The draft coming up, so hopefully they can probably get a center or something, or hopefully they can go in free agency and get somebody out of free agency or something like that. But we gonna see though. You feel me? But hats off to the Timberwolves though. Ant-Man Joe. Last year we seen them put KD out the playoffs. You feel me? This year he put LeBron James out the playoffs. They finna see who gonna play between the Rockets and the Golden State Warriors. We gonna get into that a little later. But hopefully Steph don't have to run into that man, because right now it's looking like he on a 2007 Randy Orton legend killer run right now. You feel me? He taking all the legends out of the game.
Chris Covington said they need a center.
Yeah, they need a center. I said that. So I've been said that. I said that soon they traded AD away. That was the first thing I said about the Lakers was they was gonna need a center, because you playing in the West, and in the Western Conference you still got big centers that still dominant. If it's not offensively, then they dominant on the defensive side. So they was gonna need a center anyway. Like I said, to me, the better trade would have been to trade Austin Reeves for Luka Doncic. You feel me? Instead of trading Anthony Davis, because if you got Anthony Davis and Luka and LeBron, that was a championship for sure. They could have probably won the championship this year, and probably repeated if you ask me. That's just my opinion. But moving somebody like AD, taking away that dominance from that paint, it really impacted them in the long run. At LeBron James press conferences, y'all they see, they asked him about it, and because JJ Redick said the same thing. They ain't got no rim protector. He ended up saying it. And they asked LeBron about it, and he just said he ain't gonna speak on it because the last person that had something to say was Anthony Davis, and when he said what he needed, next thing you know, he was in Dallas. So LeBron said he ain't gonna really speak too much about it. They already know what they need. So like I say, we gonna see what the Lakers gonna do. But hats off to Minnesota, because they played hard. Anthony Edwards stood on his word. He told LeBron them it ain't gonna be no pushover series. He coming to take over. And soon he got done winning. He took a victory lap around Staples Center and walked back to his hotel. Talked to fans in the streets and everything. So yeah, the Wolves right now they looking scary. Uh, so like I said, we was gonna get into the Rockets and the Warriors series too. Uh, that's been a real good series to me too. But like I said though, I've been told y'all whoever was gonna play the Rockets in the first round, no matter what the Rockets gonna do, they're gonna lose. You feel me? Like it don't matter. It really to me. You feel me? To me, it don't matter. Golden State winning the series right now, 3-2, so they finna have a chance to send them home on Sunday. So we gonna see what Steph Curry gonna do. Can a chef cook up some on Sunday and send this young Rockets team home? You feel me? Because I feel like they let it go on longer than it should. I feel like they should have beat them probably. They should have wrapped that up in probably about 5 games. If they weren't going for the sweep, you feel me? In 5 games, you feel me? Just like the Wolves and the Lakers. I ain't really see it going past game 5, but Rockets been digging deep them 2 games that they won, and Shangoon been coming up big. That one game that they did win, Jalen Green came up big, but he been a real topic of discussion lately because he been hella inconsistent. He been hella inconsistent in the playoffs. He only had one game when he had double digit scoring, and that was one of the first games helped him win, but like his level of inconsistency is really hurting the team right now. You feel me? And if he can't really show up and help the team the way they need him to help, then this Rocket team really ain't going nowhere. You know that because he one of the best players on that team. You feel me? If not the best player behind Shangoon, who also been having a real good playoff series too. But Draymond Green ain't been making it easy on him though. You feel me? He's showing why he was a candidate for defensive player of the year. So man, so the Rockets got to do something, man. they definitely got to do something. They won a big game last game, 131 to 116. You feel me? And everybody came out and hoop. But like I said, Jalen Green only had 11 points. Like he gotta do more. He gotta do more. So man, we gonna see. But my boy Benji. I don't know if he watching right now, but if he is, he say Steph finna do what LeBron couldn't do, and then he say Steph finna send the Timberwolves home. So hopefully, I really see Steph and them play the Timberwolves. Because I feel like that's gonna be a real good series, better than the Rockets series. Because I feel like Anthony Edwards just gonna dominate the Rockets. I feel like he just gonna dominate the Rockets, and that's gonna be something everybody ain't gonna really want to see. Everybody gonna really want to see Steph Curry play Anthony Edwards because if you really look at it, like that's how it really went with Ja Morant. You feel me? He ran up to Steph Curry. He ended up losing, getting put out. He ran up to LeBron James now, but with Anthony Davis, I gotta put emphasis on that because Anthony Davis was a big part of why they won that series. But Ja Morant and that team, they ran up on the Lakers. They ended up losing, but the Timberwolves just handled the Lakers. Went in there with straight dominance and did that. And now they looking to do the same thing with the Warriors. And I ain't gonna lie, that's a series I want to see. You feel me? I feel like Jimmy Butler and Anthony Edwards gonna be a real good matchup, offensively and defensively. I don't know if Ant Man gonna try to stick Jimmy Butler on the defense side or he gonna try to run around and chase Steph all day. I hope he don't, because if he do, then I feel like that's where they gonna lose the series at because he gonna need he gonna need most of his energy to go offensively, especially with that Warriors team. But the Warriors don't got a big man either, so if anything, they go in it with this. I go into it with the same game plan that I ended with the Lakers, feeding Rudy Gobert, letting him draw double teams and letting him dish the ball out, swing the ball, get open shots, open threes. You know, take some, take some light off Anthony Edwards' shoulders. Shit, if you ask me, he ain't got to go out there and put up 30 shots a game, 40 shots a game, and score 40, score 35 every night. Then when it's time for cause I ain't gonna lie, man, I ain't gonna lie. OKC, I don't really want to put OKC in the Western Conference Finals just because like they just took on my Memphis Grizzlies team. And the Grizzlies just had a low key lot of problems going on, so that was kind of easy for them. That was kind of easy for them. So they waiting right now. So I feel like the toughest matchup for OKC is definitely gonna be the next round. That's gonna definitely be that's definitely gonna be they best matchup or they most physical matchup. It's gonna really show is they really the number one team in the league like they showed in the regular season, or they just it was just all for show. And if they got to play the Clippers or the Nuggets, because both teams right now is putting up a hell of a fight right now. Aaron Gordon just got that game winner that last game in the last seconds, and James Harden the game before that won in a blowout win. So it's been real back and forth. You know, uh, man, yo, King man, what's the word? What's the word, man? Y'all keep falling in. Joe keep falling in. But but yeah though, the Nuggets and the Clippers, they've been going at it, man. I don't know who I ain't gonna lie. This one series where at this point where I don't even know who can win at this point right now. Denver leading, but it could be a whole nother story. You feel me? It could be a whole nother story next game because Kawhi Leonard been hooping. James Harden, that last game, James Harden didn't really play too good, but you feel me? I don't think that's gonna be like a consistent thing. So don't look for that to be another another game for him like that. You feel me? But long as them boys keep out there going out there and hooping and playing defense the way they playing defense, because the Clippers been playing some real good defense. Shout out Zubac. You feel me? Playing some real good defense on Jokic. Even Ben Simmons been coming in there playing some the best defense he can on them too. So long as they being able to keep playing defense on them like that, and offensively, James Harden keep moving the ball and scoring the ball how he is. Kawhi Leonard keep scoring the ball at a high level like he is. Especially with that mid range jump shot. Uh, they definitely be sending the Nuggets home. But whoever win in that series, definitely that's going to be the first test to OKC to test if they really ready to win a championship, or they was just it was just all a regular season thing, and they gonna be sent back home packing in the second round like they did last year. You feel me? But y'all leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think about the Rockets and the Warriors. And is the Warriors gonna go and put the Rockets out, or is the Rockets gonna somehow rally up and end up sending Steph home, just like LeBron just got sent home? And we gonna see. It's gonna be the Clippers. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie to you, shit. I wouldn't be mad because if the Clippers play OKC, I feel like that's gonna be a real good matchup because that's gonna be like a real. It's like that's a real veteran team versus a real young team. You feel me? Trying to make a name, and I feel like if that's it, I feel like the Clippers definitely gonna take it. I feel like the Clippers definitely gonna take it. You feel me? Like I said, even in the first round when OKC played Memphis, they beat them, but as you see, as the games went on, the scores started to become closer and closer and closer and tighter because everybody on that OKC team is not going to go out there and they're not going to put up good games like that for you every game in these playoffs. So if if the Clippers got to play OKC, I could definitely see them putting OKC out 7 games. I'm gonna say 7 games just because Shea Gill and Jalen Williams and Chet Holmgren, them guys ain't gonna make it easy on them. So you feel me? Look for them to go out there and play hard for OKC. But like I say, people like Wiggins, Lou Dort, Hardenstein, uh, even Alex Caruso, the things that they was doing in that Memphis series, if they have to play somebody like the Clippers and that defense, how they playing defense right now, it's gonna be real hard on them, and it's probably gonna be hard on even Chet Holmgren, depending on who's sticking him, who playing defense on him. It's gonna really probably be tough on him if he got to deal with somebody like Zubac who gonna really be physical with him, especially in the post. Especially boxing out and the rebounding. So yeah, look for that to be a real good series. But I had the Clippers taking that in 7 games. You feel me? But another thing that I want to get into too. Another thing that I want to get into, the Celtics, they just sent the Mavericks home. I mean the Magic's home in 5 games. The Magic was able to sneak one in. Everybody was surprised about the Magic sneaking one in. But I ain't gonna even lie to you. I feel like if the Magic's also the Magic's another team who was hurt. Well, not hurt like that, but they was missing their starting point guard and Jalen Suggs, who a real steady, consistent point guard, give you a solid points per game. He gonna run the offense for you, and on top of that, he gonna play defense for you. He gonna get steals. He gonna get blocks. He pick people up 94 feet sometimes. So like I feel like uh, I feel like that was one thing that the Magic's definitely was missing was Jalen Suggs and that defensive pressure that he also puts on opposing teams' point guards and two guards out there because sometimes they move them to that two guard position when Cole Anthony come into the rotation. But yeah, though, if I feel like if the Magic's had Jalen Suggs, they probably call me crazy, but call me crazy. I feel like if the Magic's had Jalen Suggs, the Celtics was gonna probably need about 2 more games to probably beat them. Cause like I said, they matched up with them length wise. Paulo Banchero out there going crazy. Uh, you got Foz Wagner out there going crazy. They also was missing. They was also missing. They starting center too. The other Wagner, he wasn't out there either. So that team was kind of banged up too. So I feel like if you run it back and with those two players that was missing out that starting lineup, the Celtics got to go to 6 7 games to probably beat the Magic. That's you feel me, for real. If you ask me, because just all I see about the Celtics, like because everybody want to say like ain't nobody giving the Celtics they props and how good they is and this, that, and the third. I don't really see. I don't really think is don't nobody want to give them their props. Really, I feel like everybody see how to beat them. You know, when you feel like you see how to beat a team, a certain team, it ain't that you ain't got to get them their props. It's just you got them figured out. And to me, the Celtics really kind of figured out. You know, they take the most threes than any team in the league, and we all see that if they don't have a good shooting game, if they not shooting the three ball very well, then it's a liability for them. You know, they do got Jason Tatum and they got Jalen Brown and Porzingis, who some good players, but and they got Derek White and them, who also they got a lot of depth on that team of players who can really good who can really play. But when it come down to it, when it come down to shooting a three ball, when it come down to shooting a three ball, that's critical for them and that's real pivotal for their offense. So if they can't shoot the three ball at a high value like they need to, that's detrimental to their team because uh to be honest, only person that I can see on that team really want to get physical and attack the paint consistently would be probably like somebody like Drew Holiday or Jalen Brown. You know, Jason Tatum, he probably will do it every now and then, but that ain't his game. That ain't really what he trying to do. He really want to take those jump shots. So if it come down to a game where they really got to become physical and something like that, that's when the game start to really become a problem for the Celtics because then they get in foul trouble. You know, because then they get in foul trouble. And then once you get in foul trouble, you know that rotation get different. The teams start going on a run, and then you can fall behind. So uh they gonna be they waiting on to see who gonna win between the Knicks and the Pistons. Uh I don't really to be honest, I'd rather see the Knicks play the Boston Celtics in the playoffs than the Pistons because I just feel like New York got more that defense. You know, Tom Thibodeau with that defense. You know, that's what it's really all about right now in the playoffs. You feel me? Offense win games, but defense win championships. So you're gonna have to have some offense, but that defense gonna have to come up for you in these playoffs. And that's what it's really gonna come down to. Is it's gonna come down to defense. Defense consistently though, like consistently playing defense. So to me, Tom Thibodeau team will be better than that Pistons team because that Pistons team is young, you know, a lot of inexperience out there, a lot of inconsistency out there. And I ain't gonna lie though, the New York and that Detroit and that New York series been a real good series. The refs been missing a lot of calls in that series. You know, that last game with Tim Hardaway posted got that foul call at 3, they didn't call it. You know, I know the referees was thirsty to get up out the game that day, but that's been a real good series too, just like that Nuggets and that Clippers series. But you feel me? I feel like just matchup wise, you know, New York probably match up with Boston battle wise, you know, just with that defense. And you know, far as with Karl Anthony Towns and Jalen Bronson, what they gonna do? They gonna come bring the offense. OG, he been stepping up in the playoffs, been coming up big, and then they added Michael Bridges, who been a real big piece for them. I feel like them at first I didn't think them moving DiVincenzo was gonna be a good thing for them, but he done filled the role for DiVincenzo. So you know that solid core that they got out there with that five that they got, that's a real good five for New York. And then they got some good players that's gonna come off the bench. And I ain't even mentioned players like Josh Hart who gonna be out there. He gonna do his thing, gonna get rebounds, gonna play defense hard. So we got some real good matchups that's we can see. You feel me? It's just a weight game now. You know, it's a few teams that still playing. We're gonna see what they be. But like I said though, the Celtics, trust me, everybody giving them their props. Jason Tatum, one of them. Jalen Brown, one of them. We already know what Porzingis is. You know, Derek White, he whatever he is, you can't even call him no six man. You know, Peyton Pritchard, 6 man of the year. You know, he been doing his thing, and you know they look like a championship team. They look like a championship team. They look like a team that's ready to win. But at the same time, people know what to do to beat them. And once you get a team figured out, that's just all it is. It ain't even about putting them in the backseat and saying that they ain't even that good, you know. But y'all leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think about the Celtics and what y'all think about who they should play the Knicks and between the Knicks and the Pistons. You feel me? But another team that I also want to talk about is the Cavaliers because you see they just stumped all over Miami, Joe. I ain't gonna lie, Miami should be. I ain't gonna lie. People was talking about Memphis and how Memphis lost, but you see Memphis started getting their act together. You feel me? They lost that one game by 40, 50 points. You feel me? Then after that, it won none of that no more. You know, it went from 50 to like 20 to like 5, 10 points to like a real close game. You know, with Miami and the Cavaliers, it was never no close games. It was never no close games. It was never no time at no point when you was like, oh yeah, Miami probably can win this game or Miami can probably take this. It was never no point in time. They beat them boys so bad in the last game, bro. That last game they beat them boys so bad. It's like 138-83 is crazy. That is crazy. At least we start scoring 100 points on them, you know. But shit, like I said, Cavaliers, one of those teams. Like I said, that's my team. I got that team to beat Boston in the Eastern Conference Finals because they the only team that really match up with them physically, length wise, and can like go out there matchup for matchup from point guard all the way down to well, I ain't gonna say point guard, I'm gonna say shooting guard all the way down to center, you know. Jared Allen big down low. He gonna protect the paint, get them rebounds, and he gonna clean up all the dirty work. Evan Mobley, you know, defensively just won the defensive player of the year. He gonna go out there, he gonna do his thing offensively, and he gonna do his thing defensively at the power forward. And then they got Donovan Mitchell out there. You know, they got players like Dean Wade, Max Strauss gonna step up. The guy that they just got from Atlanta, Hunter, he gonna go out there and he gonna do his thing. A big physical three, like 6'7", 6'8", strong frame. You know, was putting up about 20 points a game, playing physical on defense. So like, and that's what everybody want to see. Everybody want to see the Cavaliers. Everybody want to see the Boston play each other because that's the best. That's the best matchup for Boston, and that's the only team I feel like that's gonna really give Boston a run for their money in these playoffs right now. So look for Cavaliers. They got the Pacers coming up. The Pacers, man, another team we talked about in the last episode, sent the Bucks home like my boy B. Lewis said right here. Told y'all even if Dame come back, Pacers still was gonna send him home. Dame came back. They still end up getting sent home. Dame he tore his Achilles in one of those last games, and man, Joe. But we gonna get into that a little bit. We're gonna get into that a little bit later. But the Cavs taking on the Pacers, and I feel like they're just another bump in the road on their way to the Eastern Conference Finals. I say the Pacers probably get probably about one game at the most. Probably get about one game at the most if they don't just sweep them two. You feel me? I feel like they finna just stop all over them. You feel me? Only team that's gonna stop the Cavaliers is Boston. Only team that's gonna stop Boston right now is the Cavaliers. That's it. That's all. You feel me? New York, the Pistons, Pacers, y'all just in the way right now. You feel me? Y'all just some innocent bystanders right now. You feel me? So we gonna see though. But the Cavaliers, they looked at real good. They just looked at real good in those playoffs. They was expected to dominate. They went out there and dominated on on both sides of the ball, offense and defense. And shit, they on their way to the second round. You feel me? Like I said, they was. And I got them going to the Eastern Conference Finals. Go all the way back to my first episode. You can see for yourself. You feel me? And shit, I ain't been wrong yet. You feel me? But like I said, another thing we gonna get into though is Dame Lillard, Giannis, them, the Bucks. You feel me? They just got put out again the second year in a row by the Pacers. You feel me? That team ain't been really healthy. Last year, Giannis missing a couple of games in the playoffs. The reason why they got sent home. And then this year, Dame missing some games in the playoffs is the reason why they end up getting sent home. And Dame end up tearing his Achilles in the process of that. So now Giannis, you got to step back and you got to look at it. So, you know, I think he probably under contract for like another 2 years or something like that. But now Dame went down. You know, Dame supposed to came over here. He supposed to been a person to help save and help you get to another championship. And I've been said that Dame wasn't gonna be the person to help Giannis get to a championship. You feel me? And I can right now I can say that I'm really right, especially with him going down with this Achilles injury. We already know how long that's gonna sideline him, and you got to think as Giannis. You feel me? What your future gonna be? You feel me? Is you gonna stay in Milwaukee, wait till Dame heal up and come back and keep trying to push for some runs, or is your time really up in Milwaukee after this right now? You feel me? You don't want to go to next season and try to ride it out without Dame and see where you end up, and hopefully you make a run, or you just end up going back home in the first round again. So I feel like this off season gonna be kind of big for Giannis, because it's all about is is he do he feel like Milwaukee is keeping the right people around him to continue to compete for a championship, or you feel me, or is he gonna go out there and tell them and try to make some more trades and bring some more people in, or is he gonna go in there and tell them that shit he want to trade and he want to go somewhere else? You feel me? Either way though, I feel like oh no, man, it's tough right now because you can't even move Dame right now because he hurt. You feel me? Well, I thought you couldn't trade players if they hurt. They probably can still move Dame if he hurt, but I feel like man, if anything, if Milwaukee real true about keeping Giannis there, they need to go and trade Dame. You know, like I mean, you gave it 2 years. You know, you gave it 2 seasons. You know, it ain't working. You feel me? You could probably give it another year. You feel me? But shit, it ain't seem to be working. You feel me? Even though Giannis ain't been healthy, and then Dame ain't healthy, it's still like it's getting rough. And then the East only really getting better at this point. Detroit getting better. You know, Magic's getting better. You feel me? Everybody in Detroit, everybody in Eastern Conference getting better. The Bulls starting to get better. They let go of DeRozan. They let go of Zach LaVine. That team's starting to look a little better. They young over there. They missing a few pieces. See what they gonna do. New York looking better. They got Mikal Bridges. You know, Mitchell Robinson healthy. Karl Anthony Towns got brought over there. They look better. You feel me? The Cavaliers, when healthy, you see how they look. Then you got Boston, the championship team that's gonna compete every year. Every year since they had Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, they've been in the champion and they've been in the Eastern Conference championship. So as Milwaukee and Giannis, y'all really got to sit back and think like everybody around us is really getting better. Trae Young is a player or two away from having his team in the Eastern Conference Finals again. So it's like you got to take a look around and say, man, what do I really need, or should I really leave? You know, and I think that's what's the main focus in Milwaukee right now. I don't think they got their mind set on nothing else but what's what's the future gonna be as far as with Giannis and what they gonna do. You feel me? But I could be wrong. You feel me? Y'all leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think about Milwaukee future with Giannis or with Dame, and what they should do far as with those players, and should they keep him or should he get traded or not, or something go somewhere else. You feel me? But another two teams that I'm gonna end with that I want to talk about is New York and Detroit. You feel me? Like I said, New York and Detroit been a real good series. New York on top right now, 3-2. Detroit been trying to hang in there. Detroit just really supposed to have that last game, but you know, like I said, the refs missed that call on that foul on Josh Hart on Tim Hardaway Jr. at the 3-point line. That's everybody knew that was a foul call. They didn't call that foul, and if they call that foul, that game probably going a different way. You know, we'll be talking about Detroit up 3-2. You know, but all in all, I just feel like I just feel like New York had this series anywhere it goes, just because, like I said, the level of experience on that team, far as with Jalen Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns, Mikal Bridges, uh, they all been in situations before when it's time to close out series and they need to do what's to be done. They gonna get it done. So I feel like with, like I say, Tom Thibodeau, that defense, they gonna come out. You know, Detroit gonna come out. They gonna play hard. Cade Cunningham gonna have his team ready to play. But I feel like if Jalen Brunson ready to go, because he did get hurt He did get hurt in that last game. If Jalen Brunson ready to go, I got New York going to finish Detroit and go on look and be looking to play Boston in that next round and try to give Boston the best run for their money that they can. Because like I said, I don't think New York can beat Boston, and I don't think the Pacers gonna be able to beat the Cavaliers. So we already I got the Cavaliers in Boston for the motherfucking Eastern Conference Finals. So I ain't even really gonna pay attention to this. I ain't gonna really pay attention to this next round unless motherfucking Pacers go up 0-2. I mean go up 2-0, or if New York go up 2-0 on Boston, then I'll really tune in and be like, all right, what it's gonna be? Because then it'll be looking like somebody going home that shouldn't be going home. You feel me? So yeah, you feel me? Karl Anthony Towns been playing real consistent. You feel me? He been getting the job done on the offensive tip and on the defensive side. You feel me? He been looking way different from what he did with the Timberwolves just last year. You know, last year this how everybody wanted him to play for the Timberwolves, and he act like he couldn't show that. But him being in New York, I guess that's a better environment for him or whatever. He's starting to show that he got a little bit of dog in him, and he can be a little bit aggressive and physical. And playing in Tom Thibodeau offense, you know, that's what he gonna need. When Julius Randle was there, that's what Julius Randle was able to show, but he wasn't able to show the level of consistency that Karl Anthony Towns is showing. And right now, it's like vice versa. It's crazy, like vice versa, because Julius Randle doing exactly what they needed Karl Anthony Towns to do, and he doing it consistently, you know. And Karl Anthony Towns doing what they needed from Julius Randle consistently. So right now, it's looking like it was like a fair trade, and both trades looking like it helped both teams right now. So look for New York to close this series out, you know, and going to be playing Boston in the next round, like I said. But another topic that I want to touch on that was real big to me, Joe, is the NFL draft. NFL draft. Everybody been talking about it. We've been talking about it for episodes. We've been talking about who gonna go number one. Is it gonna be Cam Ward? Is it gonna be Shedeur Sanders? Is it gonna be Travis Hunter? You feel me? We was playing motherfucking musical chairs with them with the first five, from the first three picks to the first five picks, and then after the draft, and stuff, you start hearing about from Shedeur Sanders going from a top three, top five pick to a top 16 pick to a top 21 pick, so he fall into a Steelers, which would have been I ain't gonna lie, to me would have been like a perfect spot for him, playing for Mike Tomlin. Everybody know what kind of head coach Mike Tomlin is. Ain't too far from a head coach that Deion Sanders is. You feel me? They kind of preach the same thing, So I feel like that was gonna be a real good situation going in for him, especially with them getting DK Metcalf and having Pickens on the other side, having two solid coming in with two nice receivers. Uh, just a real good situation on defense. You already know you're gonna have a good defense as far as with TJ Watt, Fitzpatrick on the back end at safety. You already know Steelers always produce some good DBs. They got a solid linebacker from the rookie who was a rookie last year. So like he would have been going into a real good situation. You feel me? Better than the situation he in right now. You feel me? But all in all, you feel me? We watched him drop out of the top 10, which was all right. That's cool. To which he dropped out of the first round, which all right, that's cool too. Didn't get picked in the second round, which was like, all right, now it's starting to get a little fishy. Then he got passed in the third round. When you like, all right, now something up. Like something going on, something going on. Then he got passed in the fourth round, and then in the fifth round, the Browns moved back up to get him. You feel me? Like we all know that like Shedeur Sanders, like if everybody been watching him, I ain't gonna lie, I've been watching him since like high school, you feel me? And from seeing him in high school, from Jackson State to at Colorado, you feel me? The man can flat out play football. I watched him be a winner from high school all the way to college. Even though in D1 he didn't win no national championship, he won a championship at Jackson State though. You feel me? You can't forget about that. You can't put that to the side. You know, and he came man to Colorado and turned the whole school around. You know, a school that at once was known for a little bit of winning, but over the years ain't been known for nothing. You know, barely having fans at the game. Uh, Lowest ticket sales. They had a one win record before they got there, and you know he instantly turned that program around just like he did Jackson State. You know, at Jackson State was a HBCU that wasn't really none. And, you know, Shedeur Sanders, he was a D1 prospect coming out of high school. He took his talents to the HBCU. You feel me? Made a name for his name down at HBCU. He ended up winning a championship. Could have won two. And down there, he showed that he could throw the football. And they were saying that, oh yeah, you know, that's D2, D3 or something like that. He got to be able to do it up here with the big dogs in Division 1 or whatever, you know. And he got a chance to do that at Colorado. You feel me? And at Colorado, he showed what he can do. Put up the numbers. You feel me? Without 5-star recruit athletes other than Travis Hunter. You feel me? He still went out there and balled his 2 years at Colorado. So everybody knew that him not getting picked was not from a talent standpoint. You feel me? It was based off for real feel. It was based off who his daddy was and like the type of background they come from. You know, most people in the NFL that's black and stuff. You know, they come from. Everybody don't come from a prestige background or a wealthy background or a wealthy family like how Shedeur Sanders coming from. So I feel like they used all that stuff against him, and I feel like that was wrong. You know, you you can't choose how you brought up or how your parents is like rich or poor. You don't get to choose your parents. So no matter if your parents was poor or they was rich or you feel me, at the end of the day, did he put the work in on the field? You feel me? You see, he put the work in on the field. You feel me? Do he got the numbers? He got the numbers. Do he got the accolades? He got the accolades. You feel me? That's what it all come down to. Outside of that, who his daddy is shouldn't matter. You feel me? If he like chains and if he flashy, that shouldn't matter because everybody who in the league flashy. Everybody in the league, everybody who get drafted into the NFL now get on stage with a big chain. You be wondering they was coming on stage with big chains before the NIL deals. We was wondering how the motherfuckers was getting chains then. You feel me? Now motherfuckers getting NIL deals and getting chains, it's a problem. Like it's crazy. Like, oh, he too cocky, he too confident. He should be cocky, he should be confident. You know, he took a team that was 1-12. He took he took them to a bowl game. You feel me? That team, they ain't been to no bowl games. He broke records at that school. You feel me? He broke D1 records at that school. So like, why would he be confident in his game? You feel me? At the same time, he is humble because at the same time he know that even if he do get drafted, he still got to put some more work in because he going to the highest level of what the best players is supposed to be playing. You feel me? So like, and then on top of that, he played quarterback. Every quarterback is cocky. Every quarterback is confident. You gotta have those intangibles if you're gonna play quarterback. Look at Aaron Rodgers when he was coming out of California. They said that was the reason why he dropped in the draft, but he ain't dropped to the 5th round. They said Aaron Rodgers was cocky, but shit, we seen how Aaron Rodgers turned out. Shit, he should have been. He had a reason to be cocky. You feel me? Like so, I feel like they was just trying to come up with a lot of excuses. Everybody ain't want to really address the elephant in the room, even former NFL players. You feel me? So it's like it kind of it kind of made me feel some type of way though. You feel me? Because it's like it shouldn't you shouldn't be judged off shit that ain't got to do with football. You know? And everybody, and now all of a sudden reports starting to come out about how all the owners was telling teams to like take Shedeur Sanders off the draft board and all this weird stuff. Like, why you finna take him off the draft board? Like, That's crazy. If you feel some type of way about this man, Daddy, or anything like that, and he rubbed you the wrong way, and you trying to take it out on this kid, that's crazy, man. Like that was as for the NFL, I feel like that they gave them a bad look. You know, they gave them a bad look. And 7.5 million people watched that. You got to understand that after the third round in the NFL draft, ain't too many ain't too many people really else watching the draft for the fourth and the fifth and the sixth and the seventh rounds. Ain't nobody really watching those rounds no more unless you got a family member or you know somebody who's still in the draft or on a board at around that time. For Shedeur Sanders, half of the people don't even know him. They just think that he was trending he was just trending. You feel me? And they was tuning in for 7.5 million people to be still watching the fifth round in the NFL draft is just crazy. You feel me? So by that alone should be the reason why the NFL should have synced and looked at this as like he finna bring the NFL so much money. You feel me? And y'all looking at it like, oh, we don't want him because he come from a wealthy background. You feel me? A wealthy, godly background. You feel me? Raised the right way though. You feel me? He raised the right way and everything. Y'all don't want him, but he finna put a lot of fans in the seats. A lot of jersey sales finna go on in Cleveland. You feel me? It's finna be a lot of stuff that's finna change. You feel me? On the NFL by the count of him playing. You feel me? So all in all, you feel me? I feel like the NFL they did do him bogus because he was definitely supposed to go in that first round, second round at the latest. You feel me? For him to go in the fifth round to the Browns, and for the Browns to do it like you go and draft the quarterback before him in the third round, then you double back and draft him in the fifth round. And then at one point they could have had him and Travis Hunter if they was gonna do that. They traded they pick away just for them to like come on man. So like should be the NFL owners they don't know how to pick. They don't know how to pick players and shit like that. You feel me? That's why they got scouts. You feel me? So like I really think that Shedeur Sanders gonna be good. You feel me? Just because it's it's gonna come down to for one thing it's gonna come down. I ain't gonna really gonna say it's gonna come down to the system because I feel like Prime been having him running down a pro system since high school. If y'all go back and watch, and then the spread offense is just gonna come easy. The college offense is just gonna come easy. It's just gonna be about the coach gotta highlight your attributes. So the boy can he got very good pocket presence. You feel me? He got good pocket presence. You feel me? He can make every throw from the pocket. He gonna stand in the pocket, make throws, and then he can extend plays. He can get outside the pocket, make throws on the run. He showed you he could do that with the game winner he had. He really do. He really can throw the ball. He really can throw the ball. He ain't got the biggest arm, no, but he really can throw the ball deep and with accuracy. And that's what his most. And that's what's going to be his most important thing. And I think that's what's going to be the best thing about him is going to be his accuracy. You feel me? His accuracy and his poise. Now, I really feel like he can be good. You feel me? If don't get me wrong, right? When I'm about to say this, Jalen Hurts. You feel me? I feel like the numbers that Jalen Hurts be putting up, as far as passing yards, he gonna be able to top that. You feel me? He gonna be able to top that. You feel me? And he playing with a nice tight end with David and Njoku. He playing with Jerry Judy, who showed that since he left the Broncos that he really can play some ball as long as he got a real good quarterback who gonna get him the ball when they need him to get him the ball. And I feel like Shedeur Sanders gonna do that. He gonna do it timely and with accuracy, shorty. Like the man really he don't make bad decisions like that. He had his touchdown to interception ratio in college is crazy. You feel me? Even though I know that's college, but at the same time, it's like he don't make bad decisions. You feel me? He seemed like he read the field well. It's just gonna all come down to you know putting that work in. That's it. Just going up, put the work in, win over the locker room. Once he went over the and that's another thing. I don't think it's gonna be hard for him to win over the locker room already, because half of these players already know him. Half of these players already done seen them play. You feel me? So you know what? You know the type of energy, you know the type of aura that he gonna bring to the team. You just go out there and just put the work in. You feel me? But I really feel like he gonna he gonna have a nice, promising career. You feel me? Long as he long as that scheme, long as the scheme good, he got a good coach, and you feel me, and the nice pieces around him, he gonna be good. Cause just look at Colorado, they had the most wide receivers going to draft. You feel me? So you already know, like he gonna be good, shorty. He gonna be good in the NFL. I'm telling you, he gonna be good just off that alone. He got good decision making skills. He don't get rattled quick. You feel me? He's standing there. He take the hits. He tough. You feel me? He only missed one game in 4 years. You feel me? And then he can make every throw with accuracy. You feel me? And with touch, he got the touch passes. He can get the ball there in tight windows, real like he got them bullet passes too. So I really feel like that he gonna be good though. So yeah, Shedeur Sanders for that Browns, but it's like I said, it's the Cleveland Browns. So it's like if the scheme good and with that coach, then he should be good, you know. But we gonna see though. But I feel like he really gonna be good. You feel me? Just like Cam Ward. I feel like Cam Ward going into a nice situation, with Calvin Ridley, a nice wide receiver, elite wide receiver. Elite wide receiver, in my opinion, elite wide receiver. Uh, they got some nice tight ends over there. Then he got Tajay Spears. He got Tony Pollard at the running back. And then that defense is a solid defense. It ain't the best defense, so I feel like Cam Ward went into a nice situation too. You feel me? And I feel like he gonna ball just off his intangibles. You feel me? He do got the cannon arm, and he can do everything that you want in a quarterback. You feel me? He can make them long runs down the field. He can make big throws down the field, outside the pocket, inside the pocket. And he got a nice level of poise to him too. I just take away that he don't got the accuracy that Shedeur Sanders has. That was the only takeaway that I had from Cam Ward. But from watching him this season, he balled out. I feel like he gonna ball out in the league too, especially with the Titans with the weapons that they got. You feel me? He gonna be able to get them the boys the ball. I just feel like me personally, when it comes down to rookie quarterbacks, I feel like with rookie quarterbacks nowadays, if you ain't throwing the whole book at them and really sitting them down and making them learn, if you just gonna throw them out the first game and everything, you got to make everything quick for them because they coming from college, and in college everything was kind of quick, one two read type shit. Perfect example is like Jaden Daniels last season. Everybody knew, oh, he got a college style offense and this, that, and third had something to say, but that ain't limit him. He still shined in that college offense. You feel me? 1 2, if his reads want the first two, he gone. You feel me? Sometimes he'll stand in the pocket and try to wait till somebody get open, but essentially he got up out of there. So you feel me? I feel like Cam Ward gonna definitely be that type of player. He got that type of skill set. He bring that type of skill set, but at the same time, I don't think that he looking to be that type of player. He want to be that type of player like a Patrick Mahomes that then plays so he can get the ball down the field. You feel me? And then if he gotta use his legs, he will. But like I say, he going into a better situation than Shedeur Sanders is. So hopefully we gonna see. And then Travis Hunter, he going to the Jaguars, and I feel like that's kind of like the perfect fit for him if he wanna do this both sides of the ball thing. You feel me? If you want to play with both sides of the ball, if you want to play wide receiver and you want to play corner, I feel like Jacksonville gonna let him do just that because they got Gabe Davis, a big wide receiver on the outside, and then they got the rookie from LSU, Thomas, on the outside, on the other side of the ball. So you can put Travis Hunter in packages and let him uh, be a slot receiver. You feel me? And go out there and make plays in the slot. You feel me? And do his thing. And then on the defensive side, you can put him in. And if you want him to start at that outside corner, you can put him at the outside corner, or you can let him roam around and let him play the nickel. Let him play that nickel corner for you a little bit. Let him be in a slot. You feel me? Depending on depending on matchup, you feel me? If you got like a slot guy like that, you want to really lock up, put Travis Hunter in the slot. You feel me? So I feel like him going into that situation is a good situation for him to try to play both sides of the ball, or at least see if he want to play both sides of the ball to see how that's gonna go for him. Me personally, I feel like he thinking that it's gonna be just like college. He can just go and go and go, but it ain't gonna be like that just because uh people bigger, people physical, and the game more faster. So uh he ain't gonna he even though he be out there, he run a lot, but he ain't gonna be able he ain't gonna be able to be out there that many plays and that long because you know in the NFL people really play with the clock. You know, people really time like coaches and real quarterbacks. They know how to get out there. They know how to keep defenses out there for a long time. So if you think you're gonna go out there and be out there for a, a 9 minute drive and or a fucking 5 minute drives, 4 minute drives back to back, and then you got to come back and try to run all these plays on offense. It ain't gonna work like that in the NFL. So this is his. This gonna be his best time to see if he gonna want to do both sides of the football because this is his best situation going into it. They don't really need him to be the number one corner because they got a number one corner over there already. So he'll just be on the other side of him, and Tyson Campbell. Uh, so he'll just be on the side of him, and then offensively, they don't really need him to come in and be a number one receiver in a dough because they already got that last year from that rookie that they picked up. So ultimately, all three of those guys went to all three of all three of them went to well, two of them went to good situations. I feel like based off how the Browns drafted, they did draft two running backs, which I feel like they needed. You feel me? Then they drafted two quarterbacks, which was stupid. You feel me? And then they should have went defensive wise probably and probably grabbed another receiver. They probably should have grabbed one of the they probably should have grabbed one of them receivers out of Colorado, LaJohntay Wester, or they probably should have went and got Jimmy Horn Jr. You feel me? Because both of those guys, because like I said, like I've been saying, you wanna if you got the opportunity, bring a receiver that a quarterback played with in college, so they can already have a connection. They already have, you feel me? They already synced in together, so it don't be a it don't be it don't be it don't take long for them to get on the same page. You feel me? But all in all, I feel like hopefully all of them going ball though. Travis Hunter, Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders, Abdullah. He went to the Giants early on. Jackson Dart was also one of our top quarterbacks, but I didn't have him over Shedeur Sanders. Jackson Dart went to the Giants when I thought Shedeur Sanders was gonna go to the Giants, but I hopefully he didn't go to the Giants because I don't think nobody want to go to the Giants right now. You feel me? They like the Washington Wizards of the NFL. You feel me? So it's like I don't think nobody want to go to the Giants right now. So yeah, though I hope Shedeur Sanders get his chance to. He definitely gonna get his chance because Deshaun Watson hurt. Joe Flacco old as dirt. Kenny Pickett suck. You feel me? And then he can beat out Dylan Gabriel just because somebody like Dylan Gabriel, he don't got the size. He really don't got the arm. Uh, his accuracy is it's so so. It's Canada, and so it's like he could definitely beat him out. So if he really looking at it, he really looking at the job taking it from Joe Flacco to me. If you ask, so he going there, do what he supposed to do. You feel me? Go work hard, this preseason, have a promising preseason. By that off season, probably by that regular season, I say about game 4, game 5, depending on how Joe Flacco playing. Shedeur Sanders gonna be in that starting lineup. You feel me? But you feel me? Y'all already know this was another episode of Great Conversations and Guests with your boy Turbo. You feel me? Make sure y'all add me on Instagram at DMG Turbo. Make sure y'all add me on Facebook for y'all that got Facebook. Add me on Facebook at John Morant. You feel me? Make sure y'all get my boy behind the lens, Taj, on Instagram at Taj_Miller. You feel me? And y'all already know, as long as y'all keep fucking with the show, we gonna keep dropping this shit.